I'm
Hi.
Jen and Janet from Bernina Lafayette. So tonight we wanted to come on and give y'all a rundown as to what happened at Bernina University and all the new products that were launched, because it was way cool. There were a lot of things that we were expecting, like with the new 990 machine, and we had heard rumors about a straight stitch machine, which we got the info about, which was really cool, and then a couple of other things.
I didn't know about the 735.
Yes. Well, actually, he's kind of been around.
Well, but not the red.
It's been...
Has it?
Yeah. It was supposed to actually launch in the first quarter, but they pushed it back.
Yeah, well.
It's too many other things going on. So yes, we have some things going on.
I stay on top of things.
You's very on top of things. So we're going to be kind of getting right into it. Hello, Margie. So the first, of course, big thing, you know we've been talking about it for at least the last couple of months, and that is the Bernina 990. So they did the unveiling, because this was a top secret thing. I was talking to a guy who had nothing to do with Bernina, and he was checking out the hotel and the conference rooms. He walked into a door, and there was someone at the door saying, whoa, have you signed an NDA? So a non-disclosure. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. This has been so top secret. So they unveiled it, and it is just as spectacular as we knew it would be.
It was worth the hype that they did.
It was, and it got you excited. It got you wondering.
But if it came out certain aspects, then when they launched it, it would be like,
yeah.
Big.
Well,
Yeah,
I know.
it's big,
I know
but
this.
That's going to be it. You wouldn't know all the specific great features of it.
And it wouldn't be as exciting. Although I'm not a patient person, and this whole waiting thing has just had me on edge.
It did drag out a little bit long.
But it's here. We know all about it. Got to see it. And so now we're going to talk about it. We didn't get to see it. But I did. So we're going to try something fancy with the YouTube and Facebook tonight. I am hoping that, bam,
it works.
the 990. Oh, I'm hoping it does. So here is the new 990, and it is beautiful. It is sleek. You can see that screen is just massive. And what we love about the Bernina screens is they are right up front. It's not off to the side. It is up front and center, so you don't have to necessarily turn away from your project to see what you're doing. Right. It's right there, and it's huge. And so it's more like the tablets that we're used to as well, or our phones. Like when you go to zoom in on an embroidery, you can actually use your fingers to zoom. You can use, 2 fingers to pan. So it actually works more like a tablet as well. I mean, that's just
awesome.
It's great. It's so much easier than before. You had to, hit the little zoom button, and then you had to get the little pan and try, and it was awkward. It didn't work as well. So yeah, that huge screen.
Yeah.
So the other big thing, 14 inches from needle to throat. I believe for sewing, quilting, embroidery, that is the biggest from needle to throat that you can get on the market. 14 inches.
That's big. I can't wait.
I know. So in comparison, like the 8 series, that was 13 inches. Our 7 series is 11 inches. This one's 14 inches, so it's even bigger. And it's about the same height as our 7 series.
Yes.
So it's the whole space underneath the throat, your whole working space is just huge. Because why not? What?
I was just going to say, one thing this picture doesn't show is the big table. The slide-on table.
The slide-on table,
This one has a huge slide-on table, and it's even so big it has legs.
Yes.
Like to hold it up.
It does. It has its little legs.
It's almost like those plexiglass ones that...
Yeah, kind of like the So Steady.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's big.
It may not be that big, but it's on that same line as...
It is, because he does have legs.
Right.
So it just supports your stuff. So to answer Darla's question, hang on. We got all your information for you coming up. She wanted to know about the BO8 straight stitch.
Oh.
That's coming up. So 14 inches. So bigger throat space, means more lights. Guess how many LED lights are on this machine?
90.
Yes.
That's crazy.
I mean, 90 LED lights.
Do we know how many's on like the 7 series?
I should know. I'm sure if I had the brochure.
That's ever been an information thing.
It's a lot of lights. I wish I knew. You put me on the spot with that one. I could. So in comparison, the 7 series has 30 LED lights. This has 3 times the lights as the 7 series.
It's going to be like a little rocket ship lighting up.
Might not need my little slimline light.
Your what?
Well, the whoopie thing, because it goes up, it goes down, it twists, it turns, which is great.
I still like that light.
I do too, but you don't necessarily
You're not going to need it
on this one.
And not with people with old eyes like mine.
No, it just helps.
I know.
So what's one of the other cool features?
Integrated BSR.
Yes, that is something that is totally new. So we're used to our BSR. So Bernina actually developed that way back when, the Bernina Stitch Regulator. It was a foot that you plugged in, which was great. Changed so much stuff for doing free motion quilting. However, it was limited. It didn't have a ruler foot. So yes, you could get an add-on table and a longer cable, but it wasn't integrated to the machine. Right. The BSR is now integrated. So you can use any of the free motion feet. So you can use your ruler foot, you can use your cup foot, you can use any of the free motion feet with the Bernina Stitch Regulator.
I think that is huge, it's integrated with that big table.
Yes.
And the big screen to do the in the hoop quilting.
And the hoop quilting just got even easier because now there's a camera and a scanner.
And you have a giant hoop.
And you have a giant hoop. So the embroidery
with 4 pinpoint placement. So I mean,
yeah, I mean you can take your quilt block, you can fit it exactly, and you can go up because the embroidery field has gotten so much bigger. It's 16 inches long by 12 inches wide. So you can do a 12 by 12 block in this hoop. But so yes, it's still a little rounded, but it's a full 12 by 12 block.
But you could also take that in the hoop stitch and make it up to 500% bigger.
That is the jumbo stitches.
So you can't do that with
you can, like if you import a quilting design, and so let's say that it was made for a 6 by 6 block. You can, you can make it
like a 12 by 12 or something.
Now where, kind of what you were talking about, where you can go up to 500 times bigger, that's what they call the new jumbo stitch. Okay. So basically I can take any of the stitches on the Bernina, so any of the decorative stitches, the cute little flowers, the hearts, I can take that decorative stitch, what used to be up to 9 millimeters wide. I can take it up to 500% larger now. So you can make your own in the hoop quilting designs. Yes, you can. Because you can do the combi mode type thing and add stitches. And you can import regular stitches into embroidery. You can take buttonholes and import them in. That's great. I mean, the way that this machine works is just genius. But it has now a camera and a scanner. So I can hoop something, I can scan the hoop, even the large, the 16 by 12 hoop, I can scan that hoop, it will project it, and then I can bring in my design and I can put my design exactly where I want it to be on my fabric, and it's going to see on the screen exactly where it's going to do. Because it scans your fabric also. Yes. So, I mean, if I want a particular stitch to start next to this one particular flower, I can zoom in and I can get my stitch right on that flower, because now the background of the little laser is going to show you exactly where to put it. I mean, it takes the whole camera thing up a whole notch. And not only do you have the camera on embroidery, which is great, you also have the camera on stitching. So if I'm stitching on, you know, like a plaid or something, and I want to stitch right along that line, I can pull up the camera, I can move my stitch, and I will know exactly where it's going to stitch out. So I have the camera and I have the needle point laser. And you have pinpoint placement. And you have pinpoint placement. Pinpoint. So, I mean, it's a lot, which is why what's great with the new 990 is that you get the Skills Hub classes. So you get tons of classes from Bernina on the Bernina, like that you can watch at home.
Is that
whenever.
everybody or just the people that
So that is
put down the $1,000 deposit to get?
It's charter members, so they get it, but also VIP members. So VIP members are the ones who missed out on the charter. So you're not going to get like a number in line. You won't get an email that says, hey, you are number 1400 in line for your machine, which is great, but you do get your machine, it'd be kind of more like advanced placement. So you do kind of get your machine maybe a little bit quicker, but you get the Skills Hub, you get the trolley sets. And finally, the trolleys, the suitcase moves in all directions. The wheels are now different. You don't just go forwards and backwards. You can
And they're kind of
roll it all
silver
around.
and black, like a gray and black to kind of match the machine.
It is pretty. And then the module, now instead of sitting on top, because it's so huge, he has his own little wheels.
And those come free with the $1,000.
They do. They come free with the VIP membership.
Right.
So you get the Skills Hub classes, you get the trolley set, you get a free gift from us.
Doesn't that run through like July 17th or something? And then after that, if you buy it like after a certain time, then you're just a regular customer buying a $9.90 and you miss out on all the
extra stuff that comes for free. So yeah, it's a great package. And then from us, we are giving the OESD bundle. So this is a bundle worth up to $4,000 because not only do you get large stabilizers to go with it, you get a full year of Spree Club from OESD. And for those that don't know what Spree Club is, that is every design that OESD releases for the next year you get for free.
And you get it early.
Crazy. You do. You get it earlier than...
The Spree Club comes out like a week or two or something like that before it's actually released to the public. So you could have all your stuff done and people go, oh, isn't that a cute design? It's like, I'm a Spree Club member.
And you have it all.
And you'll wait.
So they're coming out with new tiling scenes. They're coming out with new quilting designs.
The Christmas one's really pretty.
Oh, it has the little Christmas lights.
And the trees with the snow.
So that's a package that you get from us. We are also, because these machines are so big, we are going to do some Zoom classes. So we know that you're not going to be able to just, pick these up and bring them to class. Yes, you have the trolley, which is great, but maybe you don't want to have to do it. Maybe your machine is upstairs and you don't want to get it downstairs. Right. So you will be able to join the new owner classes with us via Zoom, and we'll be there to help you through it.
Even bringing my 880 from home up to here, I was always just a little worried about, jostling in the car. And I was just always a little concerned. And now the 990 and it being so much bigger, do we know how much it weighs?
So it says on the brochure 42 pounds. Now I don't know, I've seen some conflicting things. From what I understand, it weighs a little bit more than the 880. So I don't think the 880 weighs 42 pounds. From what I understand, that might be the weight in the box, so with everything included. Right. But it's still a heavy machine.
It is. I can bring it in, but these classes, if I can sit at home in my pajamas and watching a class
and be able to ask questions to be there live.
Right. And then they'll be recorded, so then if you can't be, then you can always go back every day until you learn it, because this is going to be quite the learning curve machine.
It's a lot, but with that 10-inch screen, the user manual is actually built into the machine. So it's actually on the tablet itself.
Is that like the workbook?
Not the workbook, but the whole user manual, but you can search for it. So I can type in jumbo stitch and it'll take me right to the jumbo stitch. If I want to know how to do a corded buttonhole, and it's been a while since I've done a corded buttonhole, I can go to the tutorials, it'll pull it up for me, it'll walk me step by step. you made me think of, well, if it's walking me step by step, then how can I see my regular screen? It actually gives you a QR code that you can scan with your phone or with your tablet, and it will pull that up on your tablet, so you will have the step-by-step instructions right here telling you what to push on your screen to do what you want on the machine.
Have you ever done a corded buttonhole?
No. It's not something that I just,
It was just
I'm
funny
gonna do a
that
corded.
popped up.
Well, it's because it was the example that she gave at BU, so it was a really good one though.
And it was,
because if I needed to do a corded buttonhole, I could do it on
know
the
in
machine.
that one jacket that you made if that was a corded buttonhole.
Oh God, no.
Oh, okay.
It was just a buttonhole.
Okay.
Never. Don't know that I ever will, but if I wanted to, it's going to tell me how to do it on the machine. And it'll walk it up for me. Another thing that's really cool now that we've gotten bigger, before when you would go to the icons, it would be pictures of the icons. And you would kind of have to remember what that picture was.
Or push the question mark and touch it. And
yes. Now there's words with the icons. So if it's, mirror right left, it's going to say mirror right left. It'll still have the image, but you'll know, so you don't have to touch the question mark to go to it. Now you may want to learn more about the function, and you can, but you'll know exactly what that icon is.
Good.
It's great. Another really cool just convenience factor is before when we changed out our stitch plates. So we went from the 9mm, let's say we put on the straight stitch plate.
Oh, yes.
You had to go into the machine and you had to tell it that you had the straight stitch plate on. So that way the machine knew not to try and do a zigzag and break a needle and scare you. Now it's built into the plate. So when I take off a plate, it's gonna say, hey, you don't have a plate. And then when you put on a straight stitch plate, it will automatically know what plate you have on it. So now we won't get phone calls from people freaking out that their machine won't do a zigzag anymore, and it's only because the machine thought it had the 0mm, but really it had this one, so it'll eliminate that whole phone call.
I like the sleekness of the embroidery module.
He is sleeker. I mean, the whole machine is just sleeker.
It is. It's modern.
It is. It's kind of that
It's
next
a little
step up.
next step up from Bernina. I think all the other new Berninas coming forward will have that same.
I imagine. So I think
look.
this is like the tip of the iceberg, kind of like what they did 12 years ago, which is so hard to believe. 12 years ago when they launched the 7 series, then they went with a new 5 series, then a 4. So I imagine these features are just gonna and look in the machine is gonna trickle down into kind of smaller machines.
Didn't you say this took 6 years in production?
They have been working on this machine for a full 6 years. And so that's one thing that HP said, that his
And
apparently
who is
dad.
HP? Some people don't know who
HP is the owner of Bernina. He's the family guy. So this is still a family-owned company. So it was like his great-great-great-grandfather that founded the company in the 1800s. He is now running it. I imagine at some point he will pass it along to his children. But HP said that yes, you can rush, but instead of rushing, do it better. Do it the best. So you may not be first with something, but you're going to do it better than everyone else. So he would rather be better than first.
And I appreciate that.
too.
And another thing I really like about this company is even up to like the president of Bernina USA, Bernina International, at some point these people are all accessible.
Oh, yeah.
Even like I can talk to them.
No, I was sitting having a beer at the bar on
Well, the night you got there.
on the night I got
You
there.
were drinking a beer?
Yes.
Oh my God.
I know, at the bar. But I mean, I was watching one of the games chatting with a couple of people around, and Paul, who is the president of Bernina of America, came up to me and said, "Hey, Lola Pink, where's your mom?" And so, filled him in on why you weren't here. But I mean, that's just the way this company is. HP was walking around, Paul was walking around. I mean, he worked the entire room. He remembers you, but it's a family. This whole company is it's a family. And that's what we love. I also learned that Bernina is the only machine made in its own factories. So Bernina owns the factories. Bernina machines are made in their factories. Other machines are made in factories, but there could be a bunch of other machines made in that same factory.
Yeah,
so it's
they're
not
all
their factory, it's a factory.
Well, they're all under a big umbrella.
Yes.
And so it's just...
So, Bernina's in their own factories.
Right.
Switzerland and Thailand. This one, the 990, made in Switzerland.
But that Thailand is like state of the art.
It is, it's pretty.
There's a video out there if you want to see it. I mean, it is elaborate.
Yes. So, oh gosh, there was so much to talk about. We had our...
So do we want to move on to the others?
Well, we are. So, big recap of the 990. It is beautiful. It is worth all the hype. Yes, it's pricey. It's worth every penny. So the MSRP on it is $22,999. So $23,000. We're going to be selling it for a little bit less than that because we don't necessarily sell it at MSRP, but you'll have to call us to get our price. But we also cannot ship these machines. No dealer in the country can ship machines to you. You have to go to that dealership and pick up your machine. It's the rules of the game, which is nice because it protects the dealers.
But we have had people from around the country calling, and then I'll say, "Are you familiar with Lafayette?" And they're like, "No, not really." And I'll say, "Well, where are you from?" And it's different parts of the country, and it's like, I'm sorry, but
you can't.
I can sell you one, but you have to come pick it up, and I have to hand it to you.
But don't we have someone wanting to come maybe from the Midwest? She's like,
yes,
I'm up for a road trip, and what better place than Lafayette?
Yeah.
But check with your dealer first.
Yeah.
But
if you don't have a dealer close, we'd be happy to have you come to
Lafayette.
Come on
down, great food, easy to get here, and we love having you. And we're doing Zoom classes, so we'll help you with your machine. So big things, 990, 14 inches, the super big embroidery field, the camera and the scanner, 90 LED lights. It's fully automatic threading. The bobbin is no longer that weird facing.
But
I know, but it had its issues.
I know.
So the bobbin system is now just like our 7, our 5, our 4. It's that jumbo bobbin
but
that
it
just
still
pops
threads
right
itself. You
it
push
does
a button
still thread
and
itself.
it still threads it.
Yes,
so.
but there's not as much behind the scenes. It's much easier. It's much more consistent and reliable. I like that.
I like mine 80s, so.
On our website, BERNINALafayette.com, the first thing that pops up underneath all the little headings is what's new from BU. You can click on that link. It will take you to everything we're discussing tonight, which will take you even deeper into the machine maybe that you're interested in. So the 990, fabulous, love it, worth every penny. It met every expectation.
I can't wait.
And you're not going to be intimidated by this machine. It is easy to use. You'll jump right in, you'll have the classes, and you'll be doing things much easier than even on the machines that we have now.
And you can do your classes in your pajamas.
You can do classes in your pajamas. All right, so we had some other big news. So we kind of had heard rumors about a straight stitch machine. I just assumed it was going to be a Bernina, but with it being a bernette, I think there was more options they can do. It was a little more flexible because Bernina machines are, these set Bernina machines. With the bernettes, there's a little bit more to play with.
Be a little more affordable.
Yes. This is a fabulous machine. I was super, super impressed with this machine. So when they started talking about 1,600 stitches per minute. So if you are a fast sewer, you don't get faster than 1,600 stitches per minute on a sewing machine. If you are a bag maker, this is the machine you want to get. It is, I want to say more robust. Oh no, I was getting lost in my words. It is super robust. They actually stacked 32 layers of muslin fabric and sewed through all 32 layers. Might not be something you do on a regular basis, but you might be sewing through 2 layers of vinyl. You might have 2 layers of vinyl with another 2 layers for piping, and are worried that your machine's not going to do it. And if you don't have a Bernina, your machine's probably not going to do it. Now you will have a machine that will just power through that. I know we've already had one customer that was like super excited about the straight stitch machine because they do bags. So it is a really cool machine. It is, I think, set to launch in, I want to say late, we'll just say August. I think August, September-ish is when the B08 is supposed to be like start shipping to consumers. It has, like if you're doing thick things, I think you read where it can go up to like 12.7 millimeters. So like normally when you do your presser foot up, it's like a little bit, but you can go up even higher. You're just looking at me all glassy-eyed.
Because I never said that, because I didn't know.
Well, you knew
I
it
knew
went up. You didn't know the number.
I didn't know the numbers. That's why I'm looking at you like, I didn't know that. I knew it went up to accommodate all the layers of fabric.
It does. It also comes with a large extension table, so it's really going to support. The bobbin and bobbin case on this one is bigger.
What kind of motor does it have?
A DC motor. Super strong motor. The bobbin is actually on the side, so it's a different style. I assume it's more, they get that from like the industrial side.
I was going to say, doesn't Juki or somebody have kind of a something like that?
It's on the side, but that just means when you're working on your project, instead of having to take your project off to get to it like you normally do for top loading bobbins, this one's on the side, so you just lift them up and get your bobbin. It's also a completely separate bobbin winding system, so you can be sewing along and be winding bobbins. That would be distracting to me, but you can do it. I mean, it's one of those other really cool features. So yeah, the B08, sturdy. It has a multi-spool holder. I think one of them is dedicated for doing the bobbin. It's just great. This is going to be a really big seller for those straight piecing people. Maybe you have a long arm and you just want a fast piecing machine. Here you go.
Tell them about the additional foot pedal.
Oh, you do have an additional foot pedal because this machine has an automatic cutter on it, so automatic thread cutter. You can push the button, but you can get a supplemental foot control that you can use. And then it was funny, one of the ladies said that the actual foot control, the Go foot control on this one is huge. So she said, even if you're sewing like at 2 a.m. and maybe you've had a glass of wine, you will still be able to find your foot control. Like it's not gonna move off. It is huge, you can't miss it. But then you can get a little supplemental one that's off to the side. Right. So this one, while it's in the pre-order, you get your choice of a quilting package, which comes with different feet, or a DIY, which comes with its own set of feet. So it's like $250 worth of extra feet that you can choose from to go with the B08. We're excited.
I know.
I don't think I've ever been super excited about a bernette before. I'm kind of curious about this one. Throat space. Oh, I knew that question. 8.8. So it is almost 9 inches from needle to throat. So that is the largest throat space we have on a bernette. And the workspace height, if you're curious about that, especially for our quilters, is 5.5 inches.
So that's going to be maybe like a 5 series Bernina, 4 series, 5 series?
Yes, a little bit bigger than a 5 series Bernina. So yeah, a little bit bigger. So 8.5 versus 8.8. Yeah, it's a good size machine. What's the lever in front for? That is your reverse button. Again, it's not this little button on the side. It's not a little lever. You've got something massive that you can put, so you can't miss it. That is what will reverse your stitches and lock them in.
Well, they've made it an industrial machine.
It is about the closest to, an industrial straight stitch machine that you can get. So the MSRP on that is $2,500. We are selling it at $2,000, so $1,999.
We can say that?
We can, because it is on our website.
Oh,
people
yay.
can go and buy it. In the B08, we can ship anywhere. What? So you don't even have to be local to us. But yeah, the bernettes, because they're not the Bernina machines, you can actually do those online. We have it up there right now. Or if you wanted to call and order one, we can do a little deposit. Like I said, I think those are shipping in July, August, September.
They're going to be shipping a lot in July and August.
We're shipping a lot.
No, I said they're shipping.
Oh, yeah. No, they're already shipping stuff. So the B990s, I think they said they have like 2,500 of those at the warehouse now, pretty much ready to go. They wanted to do one more firmware update. So that's what they're going to do through the month of July. Then we'll get our floor model, and all the charter members will get theirs. And then the VIP members will start getting them as well. So yeah, it's lots of things coming, lots of things shipped out. So again, if you have questions about this machine or more that we didn't answer, go to our website, click on what's new from BU, and it'll take you to the pages, and you can click on the 990, you can click on the BO, or you can click on this little cutie, the 735. This is the 735 Patchwork Edition. And he's cute. Gotta say, when I heard there was gonna be a 7 series and it was gonna be red, I thought it was gonna be a little garish. Like,
this one's really pretty.
I know. When you see it in person, it's a whole lot prettier than what I imagined in my mind.
Is it prettier than like the picture?
Yeah, it is.
Brighter, probably.
Probably, yeah. And you can really see the detail of the background. So I thought it was just going to be a solid red front, and it was just going to be red.
Like the others.
Like some of the others have been. But no, this one's got like a patchwork design, so it looks like a little red quilt behind it. He's really, really pretty. So what makes him special, yes, it's the red front, but it also comes with
the red walking foot.
The red walking foot. So it's a little special walking foot. And then it comes with the number 37 foot, which is the patchwork foot, because this is the Patchwork Edition. So this one's kind of geared towards our quilters, but it doesn't have to be quilters, because, you know, our garment sewers, our heirloom sewers, I mean, the children's quarter patterns, all of those are 1/4 inch seams, so why not have a 1/4 inch foot? And then a walking foot, everybody needs a walking foot. If you're doing knits, you want a walking foot. So the 735, hands down, probably our favorite machine for garment sewers. Unless you're going to classes, then you'll want to have your 735 at home and a 535 to take with you, because it's, you know, he's big. It's 8.5 inches. I forget, I think it's like 5.5 inches up and down, so you really can see. But with the 735, yes.
Just listening.
You get your choice of free package, and there are 3 packages you can choose from. So you can either do embroidery and get the SDT module free, or you can do a quilting one, which will come with like 5 extra free motion feet. Don't quote me on 5. You get extra free motion quilting feet and 3 ruler kits. So you get a whole bunch of rulers plus all the free motion quilting feet.
That was a nice package.
It's a nice package. Or totally drawing a blank. What was the third one? Totally drawing a blank. I don't know. And it's not in here. There's a third package. It's in our thing. It's for the sewers. Totally drawing a blank. Okay, it's on our website. Embroidery, quilting, sewing, but what do sewers get? I don't know.
There's not a lot sewers can
I
get.
know.
Unless it's feet.
We're just gonna pull it up real quick, because I am drawing such a blank on this. And I usually don't draw that much of a blank.
Are you going to our website?
I am going to our website. Oh, that's it. Never would have guessed it. I could have sat here all night and never guessed. The sewing package includes the L460 serger. So
I didn't ever see that. So
yeah, that would,
I had no clue.
So the L460 serger and the Big Book of Serger Quilting. And then to clarify, the quilting package is the Bernina Stitch Regulator, comes with it, and 3 additional feet other than that. So 4 feet plus 3 ruler kits. So pretty much all that you need. So it's on our website, thankfully.
And it comes with a pretty little cover.
It does come with it,
A little red and
dust
black cover. Mm-hmm.
So, hello everyone. Kelly wants to know where her margarita is. I don't know, but we got our beer. So, cheers. We are working on a new
This
drink,
isn't
though.
actually a cocktail.
Yeah, it's not our cocktails with Jen and Janet. We will be doing that soon because I sent Mom a new drink recipe.
It's a kind of a martini, a cucumber and blueberry.
Blueberry, yeah. That one looked pretty good.
And I have some new martini glasses.
You do. So we'll have some fancy stuff.
So maybe next week.
Yeah.
We'll do just a
little,
because
we do have new stuff. It's not just
the new
Bernina's.
Peter Pan.
The new Peter Pans.
Anyway,
and Christmas.
off topic.
So B735, super cute, way cuter than I ever would have thought it would be. But that is bringing up a unique opportunity. We are now selling our normal 735. So with just the silver front, we are selling our 735 floor model at a discounted price. So you can save $1,000, I think, off MSRP on the floor model. And this isn't a floor model that we've brought off and used a bunch. He's never really been used. He sat there and he looks pretty. Yeah. He has the stitches that came from the factory on it. So if you want a almost new Bernina 735, call the shop, get that one because it is a steal of a deal. So, one of those opportunities. Kelly says she saw a drink on Facebook with black vodka and blackberries.
Oh, yum.
Interesting. Send us the link, Kelly.
Yes,
So,
I love blackberries. Anything with blackberries.
Oh yeah, no, blackberries, that's kind of my favorite. Blueberries are great, strawberries. Blackberries are good. So that was it for the machines.
Vodka.
I haven't heard of black vodka.
Huh. I'll have to go check that out.
I know. I see a Total Wine for you.
I see one too.
So those were the 3 big machines, and they were big. I mean, yes.
The Q24 ruler.
That's what I was getting to next. So we have the big machines. They finally came out with a new long arm accessory, and this one is really cool as well. This is the Precision Long Arm Ruler Guide. I mean, I think it's some big long thing. Basically, it is this guide. Okay, so let me figure this out. So it is a long ruler. Normally when you're doing ruler work, you have your ruler plate basically that you sit down, and you have like 5-inch rulers, 8-inch rulers, things that will actually fit on your ruler surface. You don't have anything really long because there's not enough stuff to support that long of a ruler. Now you're getting a 28-inch ruler and you're getting an 18-inch ruler. And these rulers come with a guide, so it snaps into the Pro frame. So unfortunately, you do have to have the Pro frame. They don't have it yet for the Studio frame. I'm sorry, our Studio frame people. We're hoping maybe in the future it will. So for our Pro frame users, it can either snap into the back of the dead bar and come out 28 inches or 18 inches, probably if you're doing that one. Or there is this guide bar that connects to the dead bar and you can come out. So if you're doing crosshatch, if you're doing long straight lines, if you're stitching in the ditch, if you're doing angles, it just makes it so much easier. And it's not gonna slip. And you don't have to keep repositioning it as you go. You just move it. You can kind of see in the picture. I wish I had gotten to stay and really used it a lot. I know in one of the Facebook groups, Valeria just did an airplane, and so she had these straight lines, you know, kind of to make it look like the plane was moving. But she used like an 8-inch and she had to keep moving it. With this, she could have done her points and done it and moved it, and it would have been perfect and straight.
Right.
But hers is perfect and straight. She just had to do it in more steps. Now she'll have this because now she's getting one.
The new quilting machine, that isn't even out yet. That will come out.
No, I teased you with that one.
Okay.
So this is kind of the new long arm accessory, and we are doing that one for a pre-order now as well. So the MSRP on it is $1,700. While it's in pre-order, we're doing it for $1,400. I know it's expensive. It just is. It's a Bernina
It's a Bernina
longarm
product.
Right, and it's a Bernina longarm. The guide is actually made from the same materials as the frame itself, and if you have a pro frame, you know how robust that frame is. It's the same type product. So it's, you know, it's a Bernina product. Yes, it's more expensive, but you have a Bernina, and that's what you get for a Bernina. You're gonna get what you pay for with it, basically. So yes, one of the other things, it's not ready for full launch yet, but it is a Bernina hoop frame. So for those that don't have a longarm yet, maybe you have an 880 or an 830 or a 7 series,
or a 990.
And you have like the old, I don't think it works with the 990.
Oh.
I don't,
Okay.
and I don't think it does. But if you remember the Grace frames, and so you could put your machine, it goes on sideways, it has handlebars, and you can do it, but the frame I think was a little bit smaller. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a hoop frame that you can do like a king size quilt on. I mean, it's unlimited really on what you can do it, because the hoop snaps in really easy. You can run it, or you're gonna be able to use a Q16 on it.
Wow.
So you'll have, you know, the handlebars, so you can do either or. That's really all I know about it right now.
And we don't even know when it's gonna come
not
out.
Yet.
By the end
Not
of the
yet.
year maybe, or they don't even know?
Your guess is as good as
Okay.
mine. I don't know. I know they had one and they were demoing it, but they gave, and it's not even in any of our books, so I don't know price. I just know it's a hoop frame, it's coming. You can use it with a machine, or you can use it with a Q16, and it's gonna be fabulous.
So buy a 990 and keep your 880. Put it on that.
Put it on your frame, and now you have a longarm.
Now you have a long arm.
So it's been a lot. I mean, at Bernina University, the last few years, I mean, they've been good, but there really wasn't anything like, oh my God, spectacular. I think the last thing truly spectacular was the L890, or that whole, the L890. So a serger with a touchscreen, and not just an informational touchscreen, like an actual working, can change parameters and all of that. Because I've seen
videos.
It has videos. I've seen some of the newer, or some of the other brands' newer machines now have a touchscreen, but it's just, here's your information on this stitch. It's not interactive. It doesn't change your tensions for you. It doesn't walk you step by step on threading it.
It has a video.
So it's great. It has a screen, but it's not our touch screen. So I think that was like the last big
Thing
splashy
that came out.
thing.
That was 2 or 3 years ago.
It's been a while. And then
But
really,
it's taken 6 years for the 990.
yes.
So
And when she was talking about how much this machine has been tested, they tested every stitch. They tested every feature. They went through everything on this machine.
and not just one tester,
And
but
then-
multiple testers.
But then they retested it. And then they retested it. So this is not a machine that they just got done really quick and put out to the public. It's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of hard work behind the scenes. Worth every penny.
Yes.
I mean, just in my opinion. We were a little, a little worried, but all of the other manufacturers now have machines that are in this
Comparable.
price range.
Right.
Ours is just better, and it's not more expensive. It's right at that same price range.
Well, that was the first thing when it came out. People were talking about the price, but all the other machines are within the same price level. So it's not just, oh, Bernina came out with this machine and look at the price tag. Janome, Baby Lock, Brother,
Viking, I think.
Viking, they're all within the same price range. So it's not a Bernina thing. It's
No, and so one of the
it's
funny...
just the top of the line machines for every. It takes a lot of money to make these and
Well, it
put
takes
them.
time, and Bernina really puts in the time.
6 years.
The owner of Bernina, he said that his dad always told him, you don't have to be first with something, you just need to be best.
Better.
And so it took them longer. Yes, we could have launched this a few years ago. It might not have all the bells and whistles it does now. It may have had issues that it's not going to have now. They waited, and they made it better, and they just launched it. So we are super excited. So if you have questions, please reach out to us. Get into the comments, ask us anything. You can call the shop. You can get on our website. Like I said, it's right there. You kind of can't miss it. What's new from BU? Click on the link. It'll take you to the products with a little bit more. Everything that we've talked about tonight, with the exception of the hoop frame, because I don't have the specifics on that yet. And there you go. So if you're on YouTube, we would really much appreciate if you subscribe to the channel.
And give us a thumbs up.
That
makes me want to say that.
You like doing that part,
Well,
huh?
I don't think it's cheesy. I just think it's kind of silly.
It's fun. But yeah, a thumbs up on the video always hurts, or always hurts, never hurts. But yeah, subscribe to the channel because we're really just getting started with our videos, and we are super excited. The reception has been great with them. There are going to be a ton more troubleshooting videos and a ridiculous number of videos on the 990.
Well, the new owner machines.
We're going to have some
new
of that,
basics
but then we'll
and
have
embroidery and advanced the classes, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
You can still come in. We still want you to come in
there'll
because
be
we like
more
seeing you.
details
But
too in Zoom classes.
But a lot of people aren't around, or even the 7 series machines, they're heavy. A lot of people, just can't pick them up.
No, and if you want to take a class, but that weekend doesn't work for you, or that day during the week doesn't work for you, and you don't, right, then watch the video, and then you can always call us with questions. That's one thing with us. Call us with anything. The worst thing I can hear is that a customer sat at home and was frustrated and didn't call us. If you call us, we will answer your questions. We can help you.
But we might have to tell you to bring it in, because
on occasion, yes.
Lady had a question, and you're going to have to bring it in.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to.
Sometimes, yes. Thankfully, for the most part, you don't.
No.
We can help you.
I had a customer turn off her bobbin wiper. Oh, wow, it works.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. So
no stupid questions.
No, definitely not. And trust me, it is extremely rare that we get a new question. We've been doing this for 12 years now. We've heard all of the questions. By now we pretty much have. And we'll have videos about them. I think that's, I'm still coming down from the whole trip. So it just is. So thank you for watching. Call us if you have any questions. We are super excited about these machines. If you want to do a deposit, call us, put down a deposit, and we can get your machine for you. So, thank y'all.
Bye,
have
thank
a great
you.
evening, and we'll see you soon.